Hello? The video ended. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This class is on managing tasks, and it's an intermediate level, and we'll be going through the different types of tasks that people do at work. So, yeah, try again, Sergio. For some reason, when I came into the class in the beginning, it stopped working, and so I had to actually restart the class completely. So sorry about that. All right, Sergio, welcome again. Sorry about that. Not sure what happened with that. So actually, by the way, I like your T-shirt. It says Holly.
Yeah, I noticed that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for
It's
you.
kind of spelled wrong. It's spelled wrong. What does that mean in Spanish? Is there a specific
No,
meaning?
no, this is for the brand Hollister. These are
Hollister.
famous.
Okay. Hollister. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
I've actually had there have been some people that actually have called me Hollister. So um, most most of the time, if a friend chooses a nickname, it's Hollis. It's without
Hollis.
the ter part. But every once in a while, I have somebody call me Hollister. So hi Salvatore, how are you today?
I'm fine. Hi, teacher. And you?
Very
How
good,
are
very
you?
good. I still love every time you come into class and I see your picture, I just absolutely love it. So, and you said it was
Thank
in
you.
you said it was it's in Europe. It's in Romania.
Yes, Transylvania.
Yeah, that's right. If I remember right, yeah. Hi, Hannah. How are you? Hannah?
Uh,
Awesome. Okay.
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. And what about you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, I had a small minor trouble opening this classroom, but other than that, things are going well. So, Hannah, remind me, you are from Russia, right?
Belarus.
Belarus. Okay, Belarus. Okay.
Belarus. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not Belarus. I'm Belarus. I'm from Belarus.
Yeah, Belarus. Okay. Awesome. I knew it was somewhere in Eastern Europe, but I wasn't actually sure where. So, thank you. All right. So today, the topic we are doing today is a business English topic, and so we'll be talking about different tasks and different things that you do um, while you are at work. And so, Sergio, you work for BlackBerry. You're a salesperson, right? Or sales
Yeah.
manager. Okay. And Salvatore, what do you do?
I work in a shopping mall and I work in
Hmm.
optic shop.
That's right. You told me that. Okay. I had forgotten that. Okay.
Ah, no
So
problem,
you're
teacher.
yeah. Are you an optician or are
I am
so
optician. Yes.
optician? Yeah. Okay. Have you heard? There was a reading class that I did 2 days ago on the coldest city in the world, and it was about a city in Russia, over in Siberia, where it got so cold that they actually told people not to wear their glasses outside because it would stick to their skin. Have you heard about that?
Yes, I know this thing where in the place where there is much cold, the eyes are I don't know how to say, but
Uh-huh.
I had read an article for this teacher.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Um, all right,
Uh,
Hannah,
teacher,
what?
how to
Yes.
say? Sorry, teacher. How to say when the eyes are uh, are I don't know how to say the thing that you have make before when you put your finger in your eyes.
Finger in the eyes.
Eh,
You hurt
yes.
your eye. I don't know.
Now when you have eyes like Chinese
Like this.
or Asia, yes. How to say
I
in English?
your the eye shape. Eye
Eye
shape.
shape.
Have you noticed?
Okay.
Have you noticed mine? And this is something that just in the last couple of years has happened. This eye is bigger than this one. Have you noticed that?
Your eyes, teacher.
Yeah. Have you know?
No, I don't. I don't know this thing for you, teacher.
Especially you can tell if I get really tired, then this eye will be like this, and this eye will
Okay.
be like huge.
Okay.
And it's really weird. And sometimes I'll drive, I'll be like this. But this eye shuts really easy, and this one doesn't. But anyway, let's go on. Hannah, what do you do?
I cannot understand the question.
Yeah, what is your job? The question is, what do you do?
Before I studied, but right now I start to work.
Uh-huh. Okay. What kind of job? Do you work in an office or?
Yeah, I work in our office and as like assistant.
Uh-huh.
I don't know
Okay.
how.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it would be. An assistant. It's kind of it used to be that the word would be secretary, but assistant
Yeah.
is now the new word. Good. Okay. Goan, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Hello. Very good. How are you doing?
Fine, thanks.
Excellent. Excellent. So Goan, first of all, where are you from?
I am from Colombia.
Colombia, awesome. Okay, so Goan, we're doing a business English topic today, and I just want to know what everybody does. So what do you do?
Okay, I am engineer, a mechanical engineer. I am working in a consultant company.
Uh-huh, okay. Excellent, so mechanical engineer, perfect. David, you're also from Colombia, so what do you do?
Yeah, Holly, I am studying currently.
You're studying?
Yep, I am studying.
So okay, so what are you studying engineering or what field of study?
Well, it's finance. It's about
finance.
Similar to account, but
okay.
Yeah, kind of.
So finance and economics and so forth.
Like economics, right?
Okay, excellent. Well, there's I'm doing a vocabulary on economics in a couple hours, so.
That will be very nice.
If you're still awake, if not, you can just pick up the worksheet. So
I will try to attend.
Yeah, and Adela, you are a civil servant, right?
Yes, I am a biologist, but I work as a teacher in a vocational training school. I'm a civil servant.
Okay, in Spain. Okay, so we all have different types of jobs. I have also, when I am not teaching, I usually work in customer service and a sales capacity or training capacity. So let's go ahead and get started on this activity. The topic is on managing tasks. And let's go ahead and let's look at these tasks below. In a large company, who is normally responsible for them? We'll put A for accounts, S for sales, P for purchasing, R for reception, or HR for human resources next to each blank. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started on this. So, and who arranges let's just start with one person, and we'll just ask each person. And if you don't know, in my class, it's all English. We're practicing English. So if I ask you a question and you do not know the answer, that is okay. Your answer would be, I don't know. Okay? So that's totally fine in my class. Okay, so Adila, what department arranges transport for employees? What do you think?
I think maybe reception or human resource, because the others is in my company is protocolo. This is a service to arrange, but I don't know.
Okay. No, that's totally fine, and that's. Does anybody have an idea what do you think it would be? Any idea?
I think the first one. I think I agree with Adela.
Okay.
Because purchasing, sales, and accounts. Maybe
Yeah, it is in this activity. It's reception. It's a reception that does it. Does anybody know what, and if you're in a large corporation, what department that would be? Any idea? That would actually be responsible. Logistics department.
Yes.
Usually, if somebody is in logistics, so hopefully that's a new word for somebody. If you're in logistics, that means they take care of moving people and moving anything. So if they have products, they're part of that. Okay. So who is responsible? David, what is your guess? Who is responsible for conducting appraisal meetings?
Conducting appraisal. Well, I don't know what is appraisal.
Okay. Appraisal it's basically an annual it's a performance discussion.
Okay. Well, I think it could be reception.
Okay. Anybody else have an idea?
Okay, I think this is possible. Human resources. Because this department is in charge for evaluate the performance of the people.
Yeah, and that's exactly correct. So it is HR that is responsible for the appraisal meetings, but they might actually not be conducting the appraisal meetings. Maybe the managers or the supervisors are actually conducting them, but they actually supervise the managers or supervisors that do it. Okay, inquiring about products. What department would that be, Sergio?
I think this is for purchasing, maybe, or purchasing as well. Inquiring is like a check about about this.
So if you're inquiring about products, you're actually checking, and you are correct. It is part of the purchasing department because they are checking to make sure the products are where they need to be. Okay, who's responsible for making cold calls? Hannah.
I guess it's responsible for this sales.
Sales, yeah. And what is a cold call? Does anybody know what a cold call is?
What does it mean?
Yeah, what does it mean?
When people, for example, person call first time to another person and propose some products.
Okay, so it's basically it's a sales call. I personally have done cold calls from the phone book. So I've gone from one person to another in the phone book. So That was definitely cold calls. So a warm call is when the person they actually expect a call from your organization, and they know that you will be calling. But a cold call is when they do not know that you will be calling. Okay, and usually it's a sales call. So operating the switchboard, Gon, what department does that?
I don't know.
Okay.
What is switchboard?
Switchboard. Okay. Fair question. I'm going to go to Google Images real quick because that's the best way to explain a switchboard. A switchboard, it tell you that it is something that is many companies have them. It's because of technology. It's not as common anymore as it was. But this is a switchboard.
Okay, it's about the table for communication or receive the I don't know, all signal for alarm or emergency.
Well, it's not really for emergency. If somebody usually if somebody calls into your company, these are old style for before technology. If somebody calls your company, switchboard operator is the first person to talk to.
I think this is a switchboard. Usually is operated by human. Excuse me. Is the department HSE, Health, Safety, and Environment.
Actually, it's
these people are in charge. Are in charge of this system. Operate good.
Actually, it's reception, because the switchboard operator is usually the first person that answers the phone. If you call a regular number,
receptionist.
Yeah. Reception. The Google Images were old style pictures, but usually if you have in your company, if you have a general number, it goes to it goes to the switchboard operator.
Okay, switchboard is the receptionist.
Yeah. Yeah, yes. And the pictures I showed, that I was like, oh, these are old style. These are old. So. Yeah, so it's basically the first number. So if you have a main number to your company and it goes to one person and then she transfers, that is the switchboard, and usually it's a woman.
Yes. Usually it's a woman.
Yeah, unfortunately or fortunately. So, okay, who's in charge of preparing financial statements? Shadow. Welcome.
Hello, teacher. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I think it's I think it's purchasing. I don't know.
Purchasing. Okay.
Accounts.
Accounts. Yeah, accounts would be the better one. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is responsible for responding to customer inquiries? Salvatore.
Maybe reception.
Reception. Okay. Reception, they respond to some inquiries. They're the first people you talk to, but it's not exactly it's not exactly what they do. Anybody else have a suggestion?
Human resource, maybe no.
It's actually sales.
Normally have a client attention, or customer attention is department, another department in the company, but maybe it's in sales.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the sales usually, if a customer calls, and it's either the sales department or there's another department that might deal with this, and it's customer service. It's not in here. So the customer service department also might respond to the customer inquiries. If the customer is a brand new customer, it will definitely be sales. If it's a customer, an old customer, then maybe the customer service department will work with that consumer or that customer. Okay, who chases payments? Anyone?
HR.
No.
Chasing payments. Oh.
Purchasing.
P.
No.
I think sales.
Sales.
No.
Accounts.
Accounts, yeah. So they chase payments. So they have the company has a client, and the client is not paying. The accounts department will call them and say, "We need your money." So they're chasing payments. Okay, who conducts job interviews?
Human resource.
Human resources.
Interviews.
Definitely. Definitely. So the HR and the receptionist are the first group of people that new hires work with. Who issues invoices?
Reception.
I think it's the sales department.
Accounts
does. Now, sometimes, depending on the company, the receptionist might actually do some of the invoicing because it depends on the size. Also, I have worked with companies where the HR department and the accounts department are together in one department. So, who actually makes orders?
Reception.
Purchasing department.
Purchasing, yes. Purchase, yes. Question? Anyone have a question? Okay.
No.
Who prepares a sales presentation?
Sales.
Sales. That one was easy. Who refills the coffee machine?
Reception.
Reception. Yeah, depending on the company. Reception. Yeah. Who writes up employment contracts?
Human resource.
HR.
Human resource.
HR.
You're in charge.
Okay.
HR.
Okay, so next question for you guys. Which of the tasks above are common in your company or organization? Can you think of any other tasks for each category? So anybody want to go talk about that? So Gon, how about in your company? Hello?
Sales, he is the contact of the. I don't know.
Okay.
Possible.
Your sound is going in and out.
Excuse me, repeat.
Your sound is going in and out. I can't understand you.
Okay. I have a problem with my sounds.
Yeah. Now it worked perfect, but earlier it wasn't. So, but anyway, Sergio, can you think of any other tasks?
Different from the presentation. Okay. Who like how can I say this? It's like when I have to I need to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I was like check, like book my flight and book my hotel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So who arranges travel details?
Yeah, arrange travel details is HR.
So in your company it's HR. Another reception could as well, depending on the company. All right. Can anybody else think of something? Hana, can you think of a task that is not up here? It's totally fine if you don't know. Just say you don't know if you can't think of any. Hana?
For example, receptionist. This person always welcome new person who come to company. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So welcome visitors or guests.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Okay, I thought of one that I think is gone. Who develops strategy?
For example, the sales department.
Okay, and actually, it's not really. I would say.
But usually the strategist is owner of the managers, general managers, or I don't know the other people, the staff, no?
Yeah, exactly. So, like I wrote leadership. So they're the leadership of the sales manager, the purchasing manager, the HR manager, accounts manager, along with their boss. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Let's study the following adjectives and use them to describe the tasks above. So we've got routine, critical, essential, necessary, trivial, tiring, tedious, simple, and challenging and tricky. Okay, so are any of these words new for you?
No.
Tedious is like boring.
Which one?
Tedious is like boring, or that
yes.
Maybe you don't enjoy to do that task.
Yeah, boring is how you feel, and it's boring and detailed. The task is detailed, but it's boring. Yeah. Any other words? Excuse me?
No, I said too long when I have a text. Oh, I have to spend 2-3 days work on it.
Yeah, tedious.
Report, it's.
Yeah, it's a long, boring, and detailed. You're right. Long, boring, and detailed. So it depends. It depends on the job. Some people have long, boring, and detailed jobs, and other people don't. Or tedious jobs, tedious tasks. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to use some of these words and phrases. What we're gonna do is kind of yes.
Just one thing. What's the difference? Which is the difference between essential and necessary?
Ooh, very good question. It's probably the difference is how it is used, and so I have to really think about it. You have necessary, something that is necessary is needed, something that is essential is needed. The products are essential. What the person is doing is necessary. Well, the products are necessary. You know what? It's not very different. They can be synonyms. So, very good questions. That's one I'm going to think about for a week.
I felt that essential is extremely necessary. It's more than necessary. I mean, I can explain it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, one is more essential is more it is very, very necessary, but also necessary is essential. So they're pretty much the same. So if it's yeah, they are pretty much the same. They can be used as synonyms. So.
Okay, may I say okay, for we get this result is essential. We have to develop this service or this product.
Okay, so let's before we get the results. It is essential. Essential what?
Essential. You understand. Yeah, we understand the market. You know, the public, our customers, and for this is necessary. We use those maybe the tools.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but however, you can actually replace necessary here. Before we get the results, it is necessary that you understand the market.
Something essential you can use about an idea or and necessary only for things. Or no, essential is very, very important. And necessary you happen you need I think I don't know exactly.
Yeah, when it comes to essential, I think you're right. Essential doesn't you can't have like essential products, but you have to have necessary products. For example, so essential has more to do with ideas. It is essential that you understand. Necessary can work both ways. So that's why it's so tricky. It's very, very tricky to explain for the difference. In fact, the only way we can actually really understand is just by using it. So, okay, and what I'd like you guys to do is we'll start with one person, and I would like you to ask a question. For example, I'll start. I will ask Salvatore. Would you consider, in your opinion, would you consider making cold calls tedious? Salvatore.
Yes, I don't understand, teacher. Can you repeat, please?
Yes. Okay, so we're going to use the tasks and also the adjectives. So I'm writing the question down. Would you consider the task of making cold calls tedious? Or do you think making cold calls are tedious?
Making cold. Okay. Yes. Sorry, can you remind me what does it mean making calls, teacher? Making calls.
I'm going to have somebody else, Sergio, since you actually make cold calls in your job, I think, don't you? You have?
Yes, sometimes. Okay. Yes, I have.
Can you explain to Salvatore what cold calls are?
We could say prospect cold call when you call for a customer, for in my case for the company, and they not expected for this call, you know, like, hello, my name is Sergio, I work for BlackBerry, I have a solution for your company. And what? Oh, sorry again. And then I explain that who I am, who am I, and I explain the service or the product. If I'm trying to sell something like the device. And yes, this is a protocol. When you call someone for the first time, I can say that.
Yes.
Without like making an appointment.
Okay, so you're making a sales calls, and the call is not expected. So you just call somebody out of the blue. So.
Okay, yes. I think that maybe I understand. Maybe I think that making cold calls. I think that is tedious because you have calls and they explain the problem and make a deal with the company or someone.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Salvatore, can you think of a question to ask somebody else using these words on the screen?
Do you think making cold calls are tedious? This?
Yeah, or it's something else. Can you make up your own question? So.
Okay, Anna. Do you think making cold calls are tedious? Anna. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's so much tedious and.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean. Usually people don't want to listen what we offer to them, and they suddenly close their phone. And we should do something, say something, tell something that they didn't do this, don't do this in so fast way.
Okay.
And
Thank
I
you.
think it's really tired work.
I think it can be. It's very mental. All right, Hannah, can you choose, not making cold calls, but can you choose a word and a task and make a question and ask somebody? So if everybody else, it'll be your turn too, so you can just try to figure out the question now.
Okay, then Sergio, do you think conducting job interviews, is it trivial?
Conduct meeting?
Yeah, conducting job interviews. So do you think conducting job interviews is trivial?
Job interview. Sometimes it is, sometimes not.
Okay.
When you have a prepared person for this, it's like trivial, but sometimes it's not easy. So it's tricky to find out the right person for this position.
Okay, so it depends on really what the interview is all about. So, okay, yeah. Sergio, could you choose a question? Choose some words and a question.
Okay. I want to ask Cheryl. Hello, Cheryl. Do you think responding to customers' inquiries is
challenging? Okay. So,
challenging.
Yeah. So do you think responding to customer inquiries is challenging?
Yeah, I think that. Because you meet different kind of people and you have to treat them in a way that they will be like satisfied after you answer him like that.
Okay. Yeah. So it can be challenging. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Shadow, can you come up with a question?
Yeah. Do you think refilling the coffee machine is a simple thing?
It's simple. Okay. Do you think refilling the coffee machine is simple? Who are you asking?
David?
Okay. Well, yes, I think refilling the coffee machine is it's a simple task that I mean you don't have to put a lot of effort to refill the coffee machine, but it's important because I don't know, because the employers sometimes need to take a cup of coffee and feel like a little awake, and feel like refreshed. And this is about taking care of about the human resource of the company. So it's important, but it's simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's important because because everybody needs coffee. A question for you: in your jobs, do you guys have the traditional coffee pot, or do you have a coffee machine in your companies?
A coffee machine.
Yeah, mostly coffee machine.
Okay, so you just put your cup in and coffee comes out.
I put the coins. Have different.
Okay, for the coins. Okay, when I was in Finland, it was we used the coffee. We had the machines, but it was free for everybody, so that was fine. A question for you: we have these coffee makers right here. Do you guys have these in your companies? Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, go ahead, go on.
Is to refiling. You ask about the companies who.
Yeah.
In my case, it's a external company.
Okay.
It's not the school is not the hour to the machine. It's a company.
Okay. The reason I ask, we've got these coffee machines, coffee makers. I've been taught in several companies where, say you have a group of engineers, and some are female, and most are guys, men, and the female engineers are told that they have to make the coffee. Is that the same in your companies?
No. After we have a machine, we sell the coffee. No, we buy the coffee. This is a teacher, a man, who this is the responsible about the to sell, to have the money to the other teacher, etc. It's not a woman.
Okay, so it's a in your situation it was different. How about the rest of you? Have you guys noticed that the women seem to be the ones making coffee?
Yes, I think it's a reality.
Yeah. Nobody will admit it.
Yeah.
It's because in this one company I'm thinking of, the female engineers they went on strike they rebelled and they stopped making coffee. And so the men had to make it. It was interesting hearing them argue about it in English classes to who should make the coffee, men or women. So, okay, next one, Shadow. Could you make up a question?
Okay. Do you think preparing financial statements are essential thing?
Okay, good. That's a good question. So, do you think preparing financial statements are essential for the company? And who are you asking, Shadow?
Adela?
Yes, I think it's very, very important. It's essential or necessary. I don't know.
Either one.
Because it's about is the most important task, I think, in a company.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. And Adela, could you ask a question?
Do you think arrange transport for the employees is a necessary task or is a trivial task?
David. So maybe David.
Okay.
Yeah, Holly. Sorry, I couldn't hear the question.
Okay.
Could you repeat?
Yeah.
Yes, arranging transport. Do you think if arranging transport for employees is necessary or is a trivial task?
Well, I don't think that is a trivial task. I think could be well, it's not so important like in the medium, but well, I think if a company thinking his human resource, well, could give more benefits or more helps, and well, the employee is going to feel better, and maybe he's going to do his best in the company, put more effort in the job. I think it's a good benefit that the company could give to the employees.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. All right. Okay, let's go on. We've practiced these for tasks and phrases enough. So let's go on to the next section. Bear with me. And it says in pairs, look at the time management tips below. Decide which ones are good and which are bad. So number one, what do you guys think, in your opinion? Let's start with Adela. Do you agree with number one? Can you read it and then comment on it?
Okay. Try to get the most unpleasant task out of the way first. I agree with this sentence because if you don't realize this task, you for the end, no, you keep them for the end. Finally, it's a problem. It's a very tedious. It's for me. I think it's better to in first time unpleasant task.
Okay, so it's better to get it out of the way so that it doesn't become tedious. Okay, next, number two, Shadow. Do you think prioritizing the most important tasks, is that a good tip or a bad tip?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Talk to us. Why?
I think there is a lot of tasks in front of you. You have to recognize which is important, which not. is your priorities between those. So to start with, then after you finish, go to the rest.
Okay.
I think it's like that.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Number 3, always aim for perfectionism. David, what do you think about that one?
Yeah, always aim for perfection. I'm not sure if I understand very well what.
Okay. Perfectionism is to aim is a goal, but perfectionism is the need to be perfect in everything.
Well, I think it's a good tip. I think the companies that has this kind of goals to look the perfectionists, I think they are the most success companies. Well, for example, I think when Steve Jobs managed Apple, he always looked the perfection in his products, like the iPhone, the iPod. So if they think in a high level, they are going to reach better things for the company.
All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, and Sergio, what do you think about number 4? Always put off the most unpleasant tasks.
No way, no way. You should. I think depends on. I'm considering that the unpleasant sometimes this task is essential. So if it's essential, you have to work on it first. Not put off. Not no, don't do that.
So
but if you have something essential first, do it first, then back and work on unpleasant.
So it's important to prioritize to make sure that it's how far on it. Okay, number 5. I was just going to ask Hannah and she left. Okay, Salvatore, how about number 5? Avoid interruptions and distractions.
I think that is good because you don't make distraction when you work, and you have to try to be concentrate for work well.
Yeah, I think it's very important not to have interruptions and distractions. I had a class. Yes.
You don't think something else, for example, when you work.
Yeah. I had a class yesterday. It was at my time, 4 a.m. And a little girl, 6-year-old niece, ran into my room crying. And I was trying to teach, and they were asking me a question, and I had this little girl, and I'm like, oh no, what do I do? So it became very obvious that I was very distracted, and I could not, because I had made a mistake and they were questioning me, and I could not do both, So it's very important to not be distracted. So, and then I think, Adela, were you in the class where my nephew walked into the room? Or were you in that class? Adela? Okay, well, I guess she's not here. So it looks like we're running out of time, so we're gonna stop at this point. I hope you guys learned some new vocabulary and got a chance to practice speaking, and I hope to see you in another class. Thank you very much for your time and participation today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.